Fellow traders, 'tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Wednesday, April 30th. The year's 2025. Let's talk trading. It's time for the monthly wrap-up. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And we're ending the month, and I want you to always remember, never forget to use your risk management. That way, you should not lose more than you're willing to lose on any one single trade or during any one single session. So let's take a quick look at the monthly chart here on the pound. And we can see we're 421 pips above the monthly open, 109 off the high and 627 off the low. We've had quite the month. And in fact, it's been some unreal moves this week. We look at the weekly chart, we can see all the gaps have filled. And we can look here on the daily chart. You can see we are within the range, the opening range for the week. We had a big candle there on Monday. It's now Wednesday, and you can see we're 29 off the low and 77 off the high and 62.9 below the daily open. For the year, we're 827 above the yearly open. We're 106 off the high and 1,238 pips off the yearly low. And notice if you look left here, you can see we fell out of a couple of wick zones. For the day, yesterday we had an inside bar and we broke that at the 33.80 mark. So I don't know if anybody here took that trade, but there was definitely a nice short. In fact, you probably could have gotten in short, at the 00 psychological also, because you can see that's where we open. So taking that daily open crossover trade would have been nice after it put in that high. For the day, we had red news, 105 pips of range on the yen. I'm sorry, on the pound. I was looking at the yen. We just got 100 on the yen. Okay, the big mover here is the euro Australian dollar, followed by the pound Australian dollar. So not sure what's going on down in Aussie land. In fact, which one of my trading buddies calls me from there? I have to find out if they know anything. Okay, you can see here we crisscrossed the daily open a few times, and then price fell through that short zone, big short on. Green rats, you have feasted. There was a nice feast there. In fact, Walmart and I were trading earlier, and we watched price get all the way down here, and price came back here, and I cleared out some of my longs, and then missed the boat because it hit the launch pad and then ran all the way up. And earlier, let's see, where is that 40 line? Right there. I'm trying to remember. We had some launch pad trades earlier. Not sure why this is hanging up at the moment. Have to wait for the computer to do its thing. But once again, you can see the rats feast at the smart rat, got you in at the psychological 25 level. The original rat puts you at the 29. either case, there was definitely a nice move there. And one of the things, if you've been following my videos for the past couple of weeks, when I started using the what we call the stripes on the wicks, where if you get a lower low and as soon as it get a higher close, you get a blue stripe, or if you have a higher high and a lower close, you get a red stripe. We've been playing some stripes, and let's see right here. 40 level. You can see here we had a failed launch right here, and then price went up to 42, but then continued down. And the thing is, you can almost, if you snap a trend line like that, you can see, oh, it didn't quite hold it. But then you can see what happened here when it broke through it. And so right here at this 25 level, we were watching it on the 1 minute chart, and I was telling Walmart, it's like we didn't get a close above. Oh, I hit that button again, so we might be stuck for a while. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. I don't know if it's a conflict between this one and this one, but that could be. Oh, actually, I think I know what it is. It's having to run through all of these pairs and calculate the color. I think that might be one of the reasons why. Because I think if I do it, let's see. Nope, that one's taking a while too. So let me find that 25 level. See right here on the 1 minute chart, I can show you what we were looking at. So you see right here, it broke the 25, but failed to close above it 1, 2, 3 times. And then finally, when it closed above it, that was a signal. There was a nice little trade to go long right there out of the green rat zone. And you could have picked up, 10 pips or so. Let's see. Let me put this back to M15 where it belongs. And another one on the H4, I was doing the Oracle thing. I'll show you that in a minute. So we're at the pivot. Bias is short. Bambino flex indicator called to go short. Look for shorts. You see here we touched the pivot and it just sank. Just sank. So let me switch this to H4. And what I had called out was this missed pivot here at, I think it was 33.17. And price was up around here at the time. And I said, Walmart, we got a missed pivot down here. And sure enough, it did fill that one. So today we took out that pivot. For the week, we've taken out the pivot. And for the month, we've taken out a pivot. So last month, we missed it. And the previous 2 weeks, we missed the pivot. And then we've got 3 missed pivots here on the daily in April. So that's pretty high. Usually don't have that many, it seems like. In and out of that lower wick zone. So you see here, it broke yesterday's low and just kept going. For the week, 164 pips so far, because this is only Wednesday, 41 percentile. Actually, I believe, can I switch that over to the month? Yes. Okay, so for the month, 735 pips, 91 percentile out of the last 12 months. Monthly range, 429. monthly range high minus previous high, that is 429. So anybody taking that long and sitting on it was rewarded. We did not break out of the previous month's low, so we have a higher high, higher low, so higher. So we've had higher highs, higher lows for 1, 2, 3 months in a row. High minus close at the moment 111, close minus low 625. So those green rats were definitely rewarded. And you monthly open crossover traders, high minus open 530 to the north and 205 open to low to the south. So as you can see, lots of rewards there. And just looking at today's let me do one thing before I forget. Put that time frame back to weekly. So today's trading, you can see right here, we've had nice ranges on M30. This one's is definitely taking a breather here right before lunch on the East Coast, only 12 pips, but we still have 16 minutes to go, so anything can happen. You can see where it looks like we're trying to crawl back above the M30 open. And we've got a 3-ball on H1 here. Got a higher low right here. We just went across that lower high. Up now, we just have a lower low. And so we're extending that range here on M30. Oh, we hit the psychological 25 and bounced. That would have been a nice trade. Crossing above this level here, crossing above the, I think this is the 10% Fibonacci. But wow, it really bounced off that 25, or crisscrossed it, I should say. Bounced off of 24. And there's a nice flip-flop trade there. Could have cashed in nicely. So right now, close minus year-to-date open percent 6.61. Paid off nicely. Show range by month. 735 once again. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. So it's definitely up there in range so far. Let's take a look at the year-to-date accumulated range. $13.44. So definitely increasing. Okay, for the month, we're above the previous wick zone. We're at 100 range percent of ATR. We're over the 1.5 level there. Buyer strong control. We exceeded the previous range by almost 300 pips. 299.9. Drop down to the weekly. We're inside that upper wick zone. We just crossed below that previous midpoint. Note. Higher high, higher low on the week. Dropping down to the daily though. Price turning down. We're below the lower wick zone. Previous bar was an inside bar. Sellers strong control. And you know what? We're out of time. It's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.